Hey guys, this is going to be a review of the Traxxas 1/16 scale slash. So it's pretty good. I've not measured the speed. It gets, I would probably say, up to 20 to 25 mile an hour. This is not scale speed. This is not any hocus pocus messed up stuff that's not real mile per hour. This thing flies. If you had a big enough ramp and wings, I'm sure it would actually fly too. But there's actually a video on that. But the body's pretty good. I like it. You can get different colors and different, well, not a different style. The only problem that there is in the back, right where your body posts and your fender flares meet, right here. And if you look right there, it's actually cracking. So it's cracked there, same over here, in there, and in there. Another thing is, I know a lot of people aren't the fans of body clips. They're not horrible. It kind of just says hobby grade on my part, but they get annoying. You gotta pull them out every time. And if you're filming, you got one finger. You're just, some are easy, some are hard. And I know you can buy, or some models come with it. It's like a little tether attached to your body clip that's attached to your body. So if it comes out or you just pull it out, you're not going to lose it. And that would have been great because I had to make my own. But I like my stuff. It's not that big of a deal. I'm going to take the body clips off and show you what's under the hood. After that, we'll go through the remote and what else you get in the box. So the underside view of the cracks, you can really see, and your body mounts in the rear. Those little, those are spacers that I've got on it right now. But those is what's rubbing off, and where you can see through that line there. That's what's rubbing. And if you haven't noticed already, or haven't seen one already, that's a 1/10 scale motor. And this is a 1/16 scale. Just for a size comparison, you might have seen these in Walmart or something. There's Dom's ice charger. It's pretty small. So this ain't even a 1/10 scale. That's actually a 1/12 scale. Pretty close to 1/10, but a lot of people want to call this the miniature slash. I feel that as insulting for some reason. I feel like this is the A slash. It is not. It's different. The ESC is different. The servo's different. Wheels and tires are different. A lot of this stuff is just smaller, but it's got a completely different suspension setup, completely different battery, and if you have a miniature E-Revo, I don't really feel that as insulting. If I had a mini E-Revo, I would probably feel insulted then. or a bigger e-Revo, or a Summit. These are, it's the same suspension setup as it. Now, that's a couple good things. Like I haven't said this yet, but everything is waterproof. Your battery, your shocks, your servo, everything. If it's not already waterproof, it's got a gasket to make it waterproof. Those are some good things. These silver pieces on the outside are actually metal, but they're not metal all the way through. This is plastic on the inner. I was thinking about upgrading these. I'd probably go with some Proline 1.9s, something around that, just because Proline has good stuff, and you gotta have 1.9, and you gotta make sure they're water coming out of that one. Well, if you want to upgrade, I don't think you really need to. They're pretty good. And independent suspension. Doesn't travel too much on its own, but it's pretty good. Now on to some bad things. One thing I absolutely hate is that they don't give you shock oil. You need shock oil. Sorry about that. I had to talk on that for a second. I haven't had it even a year yet, and look what's happening with the rear. I've got these like maxed out, threaded up, so that they're as springy as possible. Like they'll bounce back up and they're stiff. Well, here's what I think is happening, my theory. You get going 25 miles an hour in gravel, something flat, your rear starts to bog down. And when it bogs down, that means your shocks are completely compressed down in there. And when they're compressed, it kind of squeezes out some oil. And without that oil, see, that's a suspension travel I got right now unless I pull it up. Because when it goes down, don't come back up. You gotta pull it up. I have to cut the video a bit shorter than I'd like to. But that's really the only bad thing. These gears and the servo are bad for stripping out. Not good at all. And go ahead and turn it on. 2.4 gigahertz TQ remote. 2.4 gigahertz, way better than 27 megahertz, because then you won't be able to run with other people. So, looking at turning radius, that's about what you're gonna get. Now, where I've replaced the gears, it don't go left as good, and I have to tweak on that, but that's only where I've replaced the gears. So don't go out and say, it's a horrible car, don't steer good. It steers much better to the right than it does the left, as you can see for yourself. The bumper, really movable, really soft. And you don't want it stiff, because it isn't stiff like the ice chargers. And then you're just going to ram into something and it's going to break, or something else might break. So, onto the remote. Turn it off. Very basic. Everything's proportional. So you can go very slow, very fast. And it has a electronical brake system. So, when you go forward and then you hit back, there's your brake, and then you press it again and you go in reverse. I have yet to figure out what this set button is. If you know, comment down below. You have your little indicator light, your steering trim, and then you have foam on your plastic wheel. This actually looks like a drift tire or something. You'd come on an HPI drift or something like that. That sticker, I put that on there. You do get some stickers. Don't go wild with them like I did, or you'll have like 5 left and then you'll regret it. So that's about it with the remote. So we can go on to the battery. You can run dual batteries. It does not come with a connector, or you can, but right here, this is on both sides. You have a little battery compartment. You pull out your battery. Do not pull by the wires a lot, because if you do, then you're going to have a mess up like I did, and you're going to have to hot glue or solder your wires in. Soldering does not work. Not with this. Because your wires is in a little hole and you can't get a soldering iron in it. So you'll have to buy a connector or just hot glue it and buy a new battery or something like that. So the antenna wire is pretty long itself. It'd probably stand pretty tall, but I've got it wrapped around there. And I shortened it, and that little nub just sticks out of the top of the body. The battery, back to it again, it's a 7.2 volt nickel metal hydride 1200 milliamp hour Traxxas power cell battery with it is a series 1, as you can see there, and auto battery identification, so you don't have to go through like you would with some batteries and say 7.4 volts 1200 milliamp hour. Your charger already recognizes it. That's about it with that stuff. I can just hold tight there and I will grab the box and show you what you get. So, move this aside. So, if you get it from a hobby shop, you're going to walk up, see that. Yeah. Looks pretty cool. So, like I've already said on some stuff, you have the Titan 12-turn motor with an XL 2.5, which is just a smaller version. Your remote, and you new, it says new, but it's been around a while. ID, nickel metal hydride. It does come, I got the little more expensive version with the 2.4 gigahertz. You could get a really junky remote that looks way worse than this. Zoom back out. Or you could get that. So, you got everything outside the box. 4x4. It is 4-wheel drive with shaft driven. Is very handy if you live in a place where you don't have access all the time to a flat area, and I do not. Your transmitter will come in this box. Nothing special about it. Alright, on to the manuals. My crap janky setup here. What do you do if your Traxxas model breaks? It's just normal stuff. You've got your warning labels. I was really wanting that one. It looks very cool. But this is just your quick start guide, and really all you need to do, you get your charger, you plug up your battery, and you charge it, and then you put it in the car and you drive it. You don't really need this. It just shows you what to do. You also need 4 AA's for this remote, for your transmitter. That is with the 2.4 gigahertz model, or the other one. This one, limitations of liability, different stuff in different languages, you know. And, well, that's pretty much all you get. And all this stuff besides this box is going to come in this right here. Your battery will come in that. Some Traxxas models ship it with the battery in a compartment. And that's all. And stay tuned for next time. Sign it.